It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Monday, the 23rd of September. I'm Michael Groff. The calendar says it's fall, but the weather says, nah, we're still hanging on to this endless summer here over the Southwest. Temperatures not only above average for the week ahead, but we could be approaching records and setting new heat milestones by later this week and heading into the weekend. Oh my goodness. I thought we were done with those 110-degree days, but it is possible we could see at least a couple more before it's all said and done. Yep. And the tropics are getting active as well, so we'll talk about that and everything else going on too as we dive on in and discuss. First, here's that almanac from yesterday. 99 degrees, the afternoon high. Take a long look at that. That's the last time we'll be in the double digits for a while, maybe over the next 10 days. 73 the morning low, 99 and 76 are the averages for this time of year. And as we take a look outside right now, here at 12:10 p.m., we've got sunny sky. We've got 99 degrees at Sky Harbor, but it's dry as a bone out there. 36 the dew point, relative humidity 11%. The wind light, the barometer is falling. Satellite picture here, severe clear across the Southwest from LA over to Las Vegas, Flagstaff, Phoenix, Albuquerque, Denver. Not a cloud in the sky. High pressure is building in. And underneath that, we're just going to continue to heat up for the week ahead. The main storm track will stay far to the north of us. The watch warning map is pretty quiet across the country, but of note, we do have an excessive heat watch that's been issued by the National Weather Service for the Phoenix area. And that's in effect from 10 a.m. Wednesday through 8 p.m. Saturday. There also is an air quality alert for Maricopa County. And that's for elevated ozone. Convective outlook for today, the marginal risk of severe storms. That's level 1 out of 5 around Little Rock, Memphis, Paducah, Kentucky. Now let's get to what the other weather headlines are going to be for the week. National weather headlines. The tropics. First of all, we've got this wave that's way out there off the African coast. And in the short term, we're not concerned about that. But over the next 5 to 7 days, that may well develop into another tropical cyclone. But what we're most worried about and concerned about is what's happening there in the Southwest Caribbean, right along the Central American coast. That is potential tropical cyclone number 9. And if we look at the European ensemble, the probabilistic outlook here, and whenever we're talking about forecasting here, we like to look at probabilities and base things off of probabilities. And this is the chance, the probability of a tropical storm forming. And, well, it's near categorical over the eastern Gulf of Mexico. That means 90 to 100% chance we'll see a tropical storm form. And most of our guidance brings this low north into the eastern Gulf of Mexico and develops it into a tropical storm, likely even becoming a hurricane. The devil is in the details as to exactly where this goes and exactly how strong this gets. And obviously, as we send more hurricane hunters in there and we get more dropson data and we get more analysis and feed that into the models, we'll have better clarity on this. But as it is right now, there's very good model agreement as to the evolution of this system. And so let's take a look at some of that model guidance. This is the tropical model set, the ATCF set. And again, good clustering here, bringing this system northward into the eastern Gulf of Mexico and right on up into the Florida Panhandle, somewhere around Apalachicola. And you got a couple of outliers in all of these models. Again, this is the European ensemble, and the mean is the black line going up into the Florida Panhandle, and the GFS ensemble. Pretty much the same story. Yes, you have some outliers, some that bring it over toward Tampa Bay, a couple that bring it over toward the Mississippi and Alabama Gulf Coast, but for the most part, the clustering of models is pretty much from about Destin, Panama City, to as far east as about Cedar Key up on the Big Bend of Florida. And that's pretty much where we believe this is going to go. As for the intensity, well, again, we've got some models that keep it at a tropical storm. Some bring it as high as a Category 4. Obviously, if you are on the Florida Panhandle, the coast of the Florida Panhandle there, again, from Destin over to Cedar Key, You got to monitor this very carefully. Obviously, it's hurricane season. You should always be prepared. From June 1st through the end of November, you should have a hurricane preparedness kit and a plan as to what to do should a hurricane approach the area. As to whether or not you ought to consider evacuations, well, let's see what happens. Let's see how this begins to evolve before we go there. But again, just something to keep an eye on. Obviously, this is going to develop rather rapidly over the next 24 to 36 hours. We're going to get much better clarity onto exactly where this is going. But remember, a hurricane is not just a line on a map. Okay, these tropical cyclones can get rather large. And if you are along the path and east of that circulation center, along and east of the circulation center, that's where the worst of this will be. The greatest potential for storm surge, the heaviest rain, the strongest wind, and the potential of a few tornadoes. And the west coast of Florida, I mean, really from Venice to Tampa Bay to Newport Richey on up, you're going to have to watch this as well. Not necessarily for a direct landfall, but obviously it could get to be a pretty rough ride. We could see some very high surf, some local inundation. And obviously, again, the potential of some thunderstorms that could produce a few tornadoes there as well. So this is something that has to be monitored by all interests along the west coast of Florida all the way around to even the Alabama Gulf Coast. Just you want to always expect the unexpected with these things. All right, closer to home, the precipitation outlook. This is valid through Monday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, nothing. Statewide, nothing. Region-wide, basically nothing. High pressure will be in control. No real opportunity for precipitation anytime soon. And we're going to talk about why that is right now as we get to the models. Take a look at things. This is the GFS. It's the 12Z run, and it's valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Troughing over the nation's midsection, and it is that trough and an associated upper low that will develop that's going to help to pull that tropical cyclone northward into the eastern Gulf eventually. But for us, high pressure is in control, and well, that's just going to result in sunny sky and a warm-up down at the surface for the rest of the day today. Highs 100 to 104. Obviously, that's above average. For tonight, clear sky, but with dry air and longer nights, at least we will be cooling off. We won't have lows in the 90s or anything like that, but lows will still be in the 70s to near 80. Tomorrow, sunny, warmer. Yeah, highs anywhere from about 104 to 108. Let's go to Wednesday, and the heat is on here. This is where we'll really see the peak of the heat from midweek on. Highs anywhere from 106 to 110. If we manage to hit 110 degrees, it would be the latest in the calendar year we have ever had a high of 110 plus on record. I have to say on record because, inevitably some smartass in the comments goes, hey, well, what about 10 million years ago? That kind of stuff that you have to combat every day when talking about this stuff. But still, it would be the latest on record. And so be aware of that. Heat will be on, and as we get into late September, I know we had some cool days, and so once, when it hits 110, it's going to feel even hotter because of that. But at least the air will be dry. Thursday, it's more the same. Highs 105 to 109. That's pretty much going to be the story the rest of the week, anywhere from 105 to 110 each day. Friday and Saturday, the sky sunny, the air dry. Some afternoon breeziness. That's going to be about the only thing that we'll have sensible weather-wise. Some of our guidance indicates some type of upper low developing along the Southern California coast. I just don't see that happening. Most of our guidance has been backing off of that solution. So unfortunately, this ridge is just going to continue pretty much unabated. Even Sunday, highs may fall off a couple of degrees, but we're still going to be way up above average and again, close to record heat. This is kind of similar to what we saw in 2010. Even late 2020, to close out the month of September. Yeah, just brutal heat. Probably hotter than those years. Highs again, 104 to 108 for Sunday. Overnight lows this time will mainly be in the 70s to about 80. Again, we're not going to see lows in the 90s. Not this time of year. There's just no moisture and the nights are longer. So at least we will be cooling off somewhat at night. Here's a week from today. This is Monday, the 30th of September. High pressure is still in control. And upper heights will be near records, especially out there just off the California coast. You got a 594 ridge out there. That's just amazing. Nothing really going to break that down. And going out 10 days, this is Wednesday, the 2nd of October. Now, the ridge is still here over the southwest. Upper heights will still be above average, but maybe not quite as much so. Still, highs around 105 degrees would continue. Yes, 105 even for the first week of October. Got a trough approaching the Pacific Northwest coast, and maybe that knocks the ridge down, but just looking at the ensemble guidance and looking at the long wave pattern, I just don't know if we're going to be able to really break this ridge down. It just seems the heat is unstoppable. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix. This goes out through the 7th of October. This is off the GFS ensemble. Really not much, if anything. European ensemble, same story. No real sign of precipitation. And then the graphic I really didn't want to show you, but here it is. Temperatures off the national blend of models. There it is, 110 degrees. It's late September. I don't know what to tell you. I got nothing. There's just no end to this heat anytime soon. Highs will stay above average. Yes, we may see a downtrend in temps by the end of the month and going into October. But even at that, we'll still have highs around 10 degrees above seasonal averages. And overnight lows, well, they won't be in the 90s. They're still going to be above average, with 70s near 80 for the urban core, maybe low 70s as you get out toward the outlying valley areas. And that is going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. I need to do like a meditation, maybe I don't know, something. We just maybe some rain chants, maybe some rain dances, maybe some, I don't know, something. That's not very scientific, I know, but everybody wash their car. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. I think we've tried everything. All right. Well, anyway, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, all of your continued support. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, then click that thanks icon below the video and make those monetary contributions to us, or you can donate directly via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is the PayPal address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name. It's called Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Check out her videos. Check out everything Michelle related, linked up down in the description. And check out our streaming station, available 24/7, 365. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music and have a lot of fun with that, so give that a listen as well. Thanks again for watching. Really do appreciate it. Please be safe. Yeah, stay cool. Stay hydrated out there, and you guys have yourselves an absolutely delightful rest of your Monday.